So now can we have our Greenwich Theatre group, please? Up first. So what I wanted to say was this has been quite a challenging experience. We set up this group in order to do sort of my dream, really. I haven't done it before. I've always wanted to work with a group where I could really throw challenging, tough ideas. And this group has really picked up on it, and we've worked hard week after week. They've been working on technique and improvisation. So you're going to see something here which is a tiny little taster of what we've been working on. And it's quite abstract, some of it. You don't need to just relax with it. Just let go with the flow, because they do. And you'll see that I'll be prompting through it. This first exercise is called transformation. And I'm very interested in how theatre transforms us. And drama or even movement, anything, transforms a human into art. I'm very interested in that. So we took an exercise, and this is what we're looking at, transformation, how text is transformed, how when people are performing it with movement, and how text is transformed when it's spoken by an individual, how movement is transformed when music comes in, and there's lots of levels you'll see which is about transformation, along with the actual text which is about transformation itself. So if you think about all those levels as we're going through. Okay, are we ready? Yeah. First exercise, transformation. So you got your running order? Yeah. Good. I haven't got it here, so you're going to have to find it as you're doing it. Right. Good luck. And I'll just keep prompting, all right? Okay.
The greatest of all those who practiced the art of escapism was Harry Houdini. His legs would be shackled, his wrists handcuffed, and would then be slid into a bag which would, in turn, be placed in a wooden box. Once the lid of this box was nailed down, 4 men, under the personal supervision of the fire chief, would lift the box into a lead coffin, which was then locked. After it was padlocked and sealed, the keys would be thrown down the nearest drain. Complete silence. The audience holds its breath. Nothing. Still nothing. Then a scratching sound from inside the lead casket. And like a butterfly emerging from its rigid cocoon, first one hand, then another, then the head, then finally the whole of Harry Houdini's body appears, at first seemingly limp, then fully extended in the open coffin.
A royal orchard, which dates from the 17th century, has been opened to the public after school children helped to restore it to its former glory. The youngsters from John Rowan's School in Maze Hill and Meridian Primary School in Old Woolwich Road, Greenwich, helped restore the Queen's Orchard in Greenwich Park before it was reopened last week. The walled attraction has been replanted with traditional fruit trees, including apples, pears, cherries, plums, peaches, apricots, nectarine, and quince. The Royal Parks project saw the youngsters and volunteers from the Friends of Greenwich Park planting vegetable and flower gardens and the creation of 2 ponds. The volunteers also helped design the orchard's new decorative gates with artist Heather Burrow.
A butterfly is an ideal example of the magic that lies in the process of transformation. Even though the stages may seem to be difficult and isolating, the end result brings forth freedom and beauty. Every butterfly is an ugly caterpillar before it takes its beautiful form. A caterpillar struggles to break open the cocoon and come out into the open, to be what it is destined to be, a personification of beauty and vibrancy. A butterfly, it becomes a butterfly, a symbol of subtlety, beauty and colour. In the 4 growth stages of a butterfly, we shall see how a tiny little egg bears forth an unattractive caterpillar, which then metamorphoses into an adorable and elegant butterfly.
From Dr. Jekyll's diary. I purchased at once from a firm of wholesale chemists a large quantity of a particular sort which I knew from experiments to be the last ingredient required. And late one accursed night I compounded the elements, watched them boil and smoke together in the glass, and when the boiling had subsided, with a strong glow of courage, drank off the potion. The most racking pain succeeded, a grinding in the bones, deadly nausea, and a horror of the spirit that cannot be exceeded at the hour of birth or death. Then these agonies began swiftly to subside, and I came to myself as if out of a great sickness.
Transformation optics represents an advancement in the design of optical devices. It is the basis for conceptualizing complex tools in the electromagnetic regime, which allows for novel control of light, also known as electromagnetic waves. The mathematics underpinning transformation optics is similar to the equations that describe how gravity warps space and time in general relativity.
In category theory, a branch of mathematics, a natural transformation provides a way of transforming one functor into another while respecting the internal structure, i.e. the composition of morphisms of the categories involved. Hence, a natural transformation can be considered to be a morphism of functors. Indeed, this intuition can be formalised.
Metamorphosis is a biological process by which an animal physically develops after birth or hatching, involving a conspicuous and relatively abrupt change in the animal's body structure through cell growth and differentiation. Some insects, amphibians, mollusks, crustaceans, cnidarians, echinoderms, and tunicates undergo metamorphosis, which is usually accompanied by a change of habitat or behaviour. Scientific usage of the term is exclusive.
A phase transition is the transformation of thermodynamic system from one phase or state of matter to another. A phase of thermodynamic system and the states of matter have uniform physical properties. During a phase transition of a given medium, certain properties of the medium change, often discontinuously, as a result of some external condition, such as temperature, pressure, and others. For example, a liquid may become gas.
That this is improvised. What you're seeing has not been done before. They're sweating up there on stage. They really haven't done this, and this is part of the challenge that we go for. So, thank you. Next one is an exercise. You'd like to just get ready for the next one of poems. One of our lovely actors is not here today and can't do one of the poems, but so this is a little snippet. I did an exercise. We've done hundreds of exercises, and so these have been plucked out. But I did an exercise with well-known texts, and everyone read the well-known texts, poems, very well-known poems. And they all got scared because they were like, "What? I'm not going to read a poem, because if I said to you, you're going to read out a poem." So I thought, how am I going to get these people to stop thinking about poetry? So then in another exercise, I said, think of an animal. And when you think of an animal, you've got your animal, whatever animal it is, and I said, now you have to read the poem as that animal. Mm-hmm. This is what a couple of them have come up with.
I am, yet what I am, none cares or knows. My friends forsake me like a memory lost. I am the self-consumer of my woes. They rise and vanish in oblivious hosts, like shades in love, and death's oblivion lost. And yet I am, and live with shadows tossed into the nothingness of scorn and noise, into the living sea of waking dreams, where there is neither sense of life nor joys, but the vast shipwreck of my life's esteems, and even the dearest that I love the best are strange, nay, rather stranger than the rest. I long for scenes where man has never trod, a place where woman never
never smiled or wept, there to abide with my Creator, God, and sleep as in childhood sweetly slept, untroubling and untroubled, where I lie, the grass below, above the vaulted sky.
I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and that you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were so delicious, so sweet, and so cold. Oh.
They fuck you up, your mum and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old-style hats and coats, who half the time were soppy stern, and half were one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man, it deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can, and don't have any kids yourself.
See, I bet you didn't think you'd come and see that today. Right, so they didn't think they were going to be elephants either. Right, so now we've done a lot of group work. I do a lot of physical theatre, and I'm fascinated by how group and space and scale works. And we're doing another poem by Edgar Allan Poe called Annabel Lee, and we've worked for weeks and weeks on group work and movement. And this is, again, this is improvisation, so they won't have done this before, but it's very hard work, and we will see what happens, shall we? Come to the stage. Come forward. Do not be feared. And just so you know that this is an exercise in leadership and passing on leadership through the group. So none of them know who's the leader, but you'll see that the group is listening and looking to each other to see who leads and takes off. So I'm going to be leading. It was many and many a year ago in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee. So that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the winds came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing my dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in the sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea.